346.
Hotel.
Oh my God. Y'all wait, hold on. Y'all still exist? That's crazy.
You already know, man.
That's
Always
crazy.
attacking your Jesus.
You said what?
I mean, always attacking your Yahweh Shah or Yahweh Shah.
You guys don't attack anything. Your entire community was destroyed.
We made your community, man. If it wasn't for what we did, we made your show.
Man, listen. I greatly appreciate, you understand, y'all being the sacrificial lambs in order for the truth to be broadcasted throughout the earth.
I just want to body bag you real quick and leave you alone.
Oh, what's the topic, man? What you coming with?
Okay, I just want to know: did the temple fall in Matthew 24 and Luke 21 and Mark 13 when the disciples was talking about the temple and Jesus said, "Don't worry, all the stones will be, or basically the temple will fall down"? Did that occur in their generation?
It happened in 70 AD. So, you know what I'm saying? That would be within the same generation. If you go and you look at when Israel was sieged, you understand, by Rome, and then when they actually sacked the temple. I mean, they even turned around all throughout Rome. You could find carvings of them leaving the temple with the menorah and raiding everything. So.
Okay, so that's a body bag right there, because Jesus says, or Yahweh Shah says that he's going to come back. The temple's going to fall. He says, y'all, the disciples, who y'all claim to be the disciples now, when you know y'all just talk that regeneration shit. But he says that the temple's going to fall. Y'all going to go to jail. Y'all going to be in front. Y'all going to get, the synagogue's going to be tore up. The government's going to come and get you. He's going to talk to you when you talk to the police officials, whatever, or whenever you get arrested by the Romans. I want to know, why would Jesus say the temple's going to fall, but everything else is going to happen? In Matthew 24:34, he says all these things will be completed. So all these things, or just one thing?
So everything, you understand, is going to be completed. And I don't think you understand how prophecy works, right? Just like when Christ was dying, right? He says, now is the prince of this world cast out. It wasn't talking about now in the context of this direct instance. It was talking about because of what he did, that's what seals the deal. And this is a part of what triggers all of these reactions as it goes on. Even with the persecutions you're talking about, all of that happened. You're not familiar with, you understand, Christian persecution from Nero all the way on down to, what the hell was his name before Constantine? Diocletian. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all those prophecies, those who would be beheaded for the faith, so on and so forth. The fact that the temple was going to be destroyed, and he warned about those who wouldn't be able to flee. So, I mean, everything we're talking about historically did transpire. I can't help it if you don't understand the context.
But he says this generation shall not pass until all these things happen. The temple fell in 70 AD. That's within the generation of the disciples. But now it's 2,000 years later. You're waiting for them.
That's what I'm talking about as far as that's what I'm trying to talk about as far as you not understanding the context, right? Like, even when you go back and you look at inside of Deuteronomy, and it talks about who he was saying was going to go into captivity. He was speaking to a specific generation. You understand? And those people still did go into captivity. Those people still did go on Egypt with slave ships, not directly as far as them specifically in that human form, but later on, because that's how prophecy works. So I don't think that you understand what a generation is or what those phrases mean, because you're taking everything directly literal and you don't understand prophecy and how it works.
Okay, how long is a generation according to the Hebrew?
This is also,
don't forget, Matthew 1 says this generation of Jesus.
This is also what I'm trying to explain to you about when it explains the things that could happen in a generation. Generations recycle in the earth. So what could be said to a generation, they could experience inside of what you would refer to as reincarnation. So what you talking about, what a generation experiences, It's like I'm gonna read this verbatim for you, right? Hold on, just so you could kind of understand. And I know that's gonna trigger somebody, right? So now, right?
You got the body bag.
I mean, this is a body bag for you to go in because you don't understand how generations work inside of the scriptures. When it says Ecclesiastes 1:4, one generation passeth away, another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. These generations recycle in the earth like everything else that's inside of that chapter. So with what you're talking about when it talks about a generation, it isn't always talking about a literal generation or in that span, but that same generation could experience it in another way. But I don't think you understand spiritual things, which is why I'm trying to express when Christ said, and now is the prince of this world cast off. That was the sealing of the deal, because it wasn't in that direct time span as far as now. It's what he did now. And that generation did experience the temple being destroyed, as far as all of the things leading up to it and what he expressed before it was torn down. And that's the completion of things. Things don't always happen in one lifetime either.
Okay, and I'm happy you said that. Matthew 16:27 and 28, he says that people will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory, with his angels coming to judge every man of his deeds. And some people standing there shall not taste of death until these things happen. So, what generation was that?
So now you're talking about when he returns. Has he returned yet?
It was a false. Jesus, Yahweh is a false prophet.
So this is why, like, I'm gonna try to help you explain this one more time, right? So I'm gonna read Revelations 1:7 for you, right? So when it says, behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Now, the person who pierced him, is he alive today physically?
Exactly, he's a false prophet.
Yeah, this is like do you see you see how, like, what I'm trying to explain,
He's dead.
he automatically goes here.
But he said, I'm going to come soon, the first verse in Revelation.
Because
And then the last, he said, I'm coming quickly.
because I'm trying to explain context as to how the one who pierced him will be able to see his coming, because this is in direct, you understand, it's congruent with what you just said a moment ago, but you're a scoffer, so you really don't even want to have the dialogue.
I am having a dialogue.
You're not having,
I'm just body back.
because when I this is retarded. All right, what's 5 plus 5?
Every Thursday night, we got a radio show called Cross the Line Radio. You can call in and talk about anything you want. We can talk about the virgin birth, immaculate conception, is Jesus God, who we should pray for, is salvation for everyone, can everyone be saved? Listen, all you got to do is call us up Thursday night, 10 p.m. The number is 917-779-9499. Cross the line if you think you got what it takes.
Hey, yo, check it out. Make sure you go on crossthelineradio.com right now and sign up. It's the only place you're going to get the exclusive content.